All right, here we are on the Gateway Pundit. So I guess Kamala Harris is doing damage control after Joe Biden called millions of people, US citizens, garbage. So I'll pop in the video and we can take it from there.
The other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware.
So wait, Delaware is part of Puerto Rico? Huh, how about that? Just kidding. I know better.
They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Tina is unconscionable, and it's un-American. It's totally contrary to everything we've done, everything we've been.
The left has literally been demonizing Trump for years, making fun of his name, Trump, Drumpf, equating him to Nazis, etc. Now I'll throw in the video of the comedian making his joke.
Absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there.
So you can see in this little black box here it says Kamala HQ. So that's Kamala explaining why Joe Biden said what he said. So when I heard this from Mark Dice, I wanted more information. So I Googled it, and here's what I found. So as you can see, various media outlets are talking about the garbage comment, but at the very top here, the environmental blog, Puerto Rico Trash Problem, Understanding the Crisis. Wow, it's actually a crisis. Well, let's get into it. Puerto Rico is grappling with a pressing trash problem that's not just a visual blight but a serious threat to its stunning landscapes, marine life, and the environment. The urgency of this crisis is underscored by its far-reaching impacts on health, tourism, and the economy. Let's get into her. Puerto Rico trash problem has been growing for decades. With a population of around 3.2 million, the island generates about 3.7 million tons of waste yearly. So they produce more waste than they have people. Despite being small, the island's landfills are full and there's no proper recycling infrastructure. This trash crisis affects everything from health to the economy, so solutions are critical for Puerto Rico's future. Yeah, 'cause you don't want to become known as the island of garbage. Why so much trash in Puerto Rico? Limited landfills. Yep. No recycling programs. Really? Recycling is scarce and only 10% of waste is recycled. Holy crap. High consumption. Like everywhere else, Puerto Rico has a high consumption of goods, plastic, and single-use items. Yeah, consumerism. Tourism brings millions of visitors to the island every year, and more trash. Yep. Weak waste management infrastructure. Hurricanes and other natural disasters have weakened the waste infrastructure, making cleanup efforts harder. Yeah, and when hurricanes pass, all that waste has to go somewhere. How waste affects Puerto Rico's environment. Environmental impact. Water pollution. Waste contaminates local water sources, affecting drinking water and harming the ecosystem. Yep, it's one of the reasons why I like this RFK Jr. guy. He actually talks about water pollution, soil pollution, and air pollution, not necessarily the CO2 stuff. Anyway, continuing. Soil contamination. Hazardous waste seeps into the ground, polluting soil and affecting agriculture. Yeah, because the crops suck up whatever nutrients they can from the soil. And if the soil has, like, lead and stuff, it goes into the plant. Air quality issues. Open burning of waste releases harmful chemicals. reducing air quality. Yeah, like lead. For example, didn't gasoline used to have lead in it? Ecosystem disruption. Wildlife habitats are damaged by trash in natural areas and the ocean. Yeah, because human trash isn't natural and it damages the natural stuff. So the article continues talking about spreading diseases, waterborne illness, respiratory issues. And I wouldn't be surprised if people were literally throwing their trash into the ocean. And what makes me say that? Well, I remember when I had to move back in with my mom because life sucks sometimes. We were driving up the road and I looked over and there was all these bags of garbage in the ditch. If I remember correct, she phoned the waste management and they said, "Oh, well, we can't do anything about it because it's in the ditch. We don't want to risk our guys getting hurt or something like that." So what I did, I went down there, slid down the bank, and I literally crawled on my hands and knees carrying up the bags of garbage. I used my right hand and arm to pull myself up, and I held the garbage bag by the knot or the top in my left, and I physically crawled up the bank. That's how steep it was. Now, I can't recall what happened to the bags. I just remember they were there for a couple of days on the side of the road, and then they were gone. So I don't know if someone else picked them up or if the trash people picked them up. And what I mean by trash people, I mean, garbage disposal people. But all I know is I did my part for the environment. So, getting back to this Puerto Rico stuff, comments and what have you. The left are losing their mind now, of course. But you know what? I would not be surprised if Trump told this comedian to actually say that. And why? He knows it's a problem. Puerto Rico has a problem with the trash. So what does Trump do? Trump does Trump stuff. He shames people. Because that's what this is. It's shaming Puerto Rico about their trash problem. And now, everybody's talking about it. How do you fix problems? You have to talk about it. You have to acknowledge you have a problem. Well played, Mr. President. Well played. Well, that's it for my thoughts on this chess game. Take care out there in Clown World.